What I'm going to do here is I've got my springs pulled in on the spring clips. Now I'm going to close these spring clips, tap of a hammer. You can either close the spring clips using a frame gun or by inch wire nails. Just tap in with a hammer. Now I'm going to use the frame gun. It's a lot quicker. And that's the same on the back. If you're using your frame gun, make sure you wear your safety glasses for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put home all the springs. Okay, now that my springs are all fixed, what I'm going to do is put a piece of old cloth, any fabric you have lying around, over that, just to give a bit of protection to the foam and a bit of extra support. So tacking it to the back rail. And then I'm going to tack it over here. I have a gap here, so I'm going to bring this right down the bottom. And our next step is we're going to cut off that excess fabric. I'm going to tack that down the sides there too, and then we're going to put a piece of foam on there. Right, now I have my inch foam, which I'm going to place over the seat. So centralise it again and push it in onto the back. Going to make a couple of cuts towards the front of the arm. Tuck that down into your sides. And next we're going to tack that on the bottom and around the sides. Okay, now I have my seat padded up. I decided to put an extra bit of inch underneath there just to give a little bit more padding, because I'm not going to put cushions on this one. So I'm going to tack it at the back. Back rail, slight strain, now I'm tacking it on the front. I'm going to put a front border on this, so put a couple of temporary staples in the centre. Going to straighten it out to the side. There's a good stretch in this fabric. Same on the other. Now I'm just going to tack each end here and tack around the sides by putting a pleat in here like so. So I'll carry on with that. The next step is to put my front border on here, the pipe front border. So I'm going to measure from the bottom rail to here, and I'm going to mark this up 6.5 inches. And also around the sides. And I've already cut and sewed the border. So I'm going to put a little cut in the centre, and I'm going to measure the centre of the sofa. So we're not going to end up short on one of the sides. So we're going to put my pipe in, line it up with my chalk mark. I'll put a tack in that, slight strain, and do the same on the other side. Next I'm going to bring it around the corner. Slight strain once more. And the same on this side. I'm just going to put a few tacks just to hold it in place. Next I'm going to use a piece of back tacking strip, cardboard back tacking strip, and place that along, lined up with the sewing line. Okay, that's now that's done. With a cardboard back tacking strip tacked here. Next stage is to put a piece of foam, which we're going to use for our front border. It can be inch, half inch. And what we want to do is nip it round in here on the foam. And we're going to tack that the whole way around and round the corners. Okay, so now I have the foam in place. Sometimes it's a good idea to push a piece of plastic, an old carrier bag or something, around the corners. It helps it pull down more smoothly into place. We're going to put a really good strain in this front border and tack that after that, so outside arms and outside back. Okay, now I'm just going to finish around the corner. A good strain. And a neat pleat in the corner. Then our piping. Sure it's looking straight. And that's the front border on it now. Next stage is the outside arms, which we're going to back tack. Okay, I managed to back tack my outside arm here to the piping. Sometimes you could back tack it at the top, put a mat strip down there, but I'm just going to back tack. I've back tacked it here. I'm just going to tack up here where it can't be seen. I'm going to put a little bit of Dacron on this. It helps soften out your old covers. And you can see less bumps, etc. I'm going to give a strain this to the back first. I'm just putting temporary tacks in it at the moment. And it looks fine. Strain that, tack it well back. And next, I'm going to tack this up onto the yarn, and then we're going to tack and pull out any strain to the bottom. Okay, my outside arms are now completely tacked. Next stage is your outside back, so it's the same thing again. a couple of temporary staples, and then put your cardboard back tacking strip, secure it in place. Okay, my cardboard back tacking strips is now put on. Now I'm going to put it again, a piece of Dacron. You don't have to do this, but it makes for a much better job. It gives a better finish. Okay, next we're going to strain the outside back up, so a few temporary tacks in the centre and then work your way out till either side. And then pull in between them. Now all that's left to do with this is finish the sides. Okay, the last thing to do with the right side back is I'm going to use this metal strip here. You have to be careful with this, you don't cut your fingers. So we're going to set it in place. Put your fabric through spikes, or use your scissors, because this really can stick into you. Okay, next get a mallet. I put a bit of leather around this here to protect the fabric. Turn your fabric around and twist it. Put a slight strain on it. Just work your way down. And that gives for a neat finish. Last thing to do with this here is put our dust cloth on it, our bottom cloth. Okay, last thing to do here is tack on our dust cloth. Make sure you have your inside arms and your seat and the inside of the arm here all secured and tacked. Good tip is also to put a little piece of foam onto the tops of your arms so it doesn't scuff it or mark it. To recover, make sure you always brush down your bench. Make sure there's no loose staples or anything there because they can damage your fabric. Make sure your holes are all clear for your casters or your feet, stumps, whatever you're going to use. Okay. Try and keep it back a little bit from the front edge, back edge and sides, so you're not going to see the dustcloth. Try and use a dark dustcloth. Okay, I'll just continue finishing that off, and then you're going to mark your holes, make a hole here for your stumps and casters to go through. Okay, last is your stumps, casters, whatever you're putting on it. Hit those home. And that is sofa complete.